Just kind of doing my thing here. Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another Sunday market outlook. The purpose of these outlooks is to prepare you, and really, this is my, regular weekly schedule. I would be checking the charts and looking at the weekly outlook regardless. Figured I would flip on the camera, do it with the squad, and then we were generous enough to now be doing it live on YouTube. So welcome. We're going to be covering technical analysis. So a few of the trades that I'm looking at for this week, as well as any fundamental news events or data releases that could impact markets. And of course, just do a quick rundown of what's happening with fundamentals, macroeconomics, and take any questions that you guys might have. I might sound like I am motivational at some parts. If this is your first time here, let me go ahead and set the record straight for you. I'm not a motivational speaker. It's your fault. You fucked up. That's my motivational speech. I might sound a little inspiring at times. Don't set any other expectation of me that I'm some positive speaker, whatever, because I'm gonna disappoint you. Okay, so let me just say this straight up. If you're new on the stream, we're very big believers as traders in personal accountability and responsibility. Whatever's going on in your life, it's your fault. Okay, well, probably not your fault. It could be your fault. Probably not your fault, but your responsibility to fix it. If you adopt a full personal accountability mindset in trading, you'll be ultimately successful. You won't make any excuses. And of course, you'll be able to enjoy the benefits of trading success. Now, I don't think any of that was being recorded or was on the stream. So if you did catch that speech, lucky you. All right, let's jump right into it. Very slow news week. Yes, last week we had FOMC and we also had non-farm payroll first Friday of every week. It's one of the biggest market movers because it gives us an insight on the labor market situation. And I always remind everybody, when you're as a trader, investor, or macroeconomic analyst, you're just looking at GDP, employment, and prices. Okay, prices, sales, things that have to do with consumption. Okay, those are the three most important metrics. So when we're talking about NFP, it's just another data point in the big picture of the puzzle of whether people have jobs or don't have jobs in America. Okay, so pretty important. We'll look at the labor report from last week if we have time at the end. Okay, we're still sitting at a pretty good unemployment rate. And as Jerome Powell said, we're going to be expecting some pressure in the employment market going into the Q3 and Q4. So we're expecting this number to break 4% and then potentially come back down. But as we've seen historically, 3.4% is about the historical low. As we break 4%, as we go to 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, we're getting closer to recession. Typically, whenever we break 4% and we stay there for a few months or a few reads, typically we're getting closer to a recession, and then it just gets worse and worse. So that's what we have going on for the NFP report last week. A bit of a miss. So people thought it was negative, but the reason markets continue to climb is because 3.9% unemployment is still record lows if we look at the historical data. Okay. No questions about that. Jerome Powell hit the stage. No change to the interest rate. We were still at the 5.25 and 550 range. As you guys know, the federal funds rate. Let me actually just give you guys some insight since you guys came here to learn a thing or two. I was having a conversation the other day. I don't think people understand what the Fed funds rate is. People think that this is the interest rate that the Federal Reserve is charging to borrow from them. Now, when I give examples, that's basically how I'm saying it. It's like, yeah, if it was 0%, people are borrowing from the Fed for free. What really happens here is the 5.5% is more of a suggestion, and they're trying to influence what rate banks charge each other and what rates banks charge individuals. And so by having this federal funds rate be at 5.5, it forces all the other banks to charge each other a little bit more than 5.5. And that's how they set that minimum target. That's why they call it a target range. They don't call it the interest rate. They call it the target range of 525 to 550. Make sense? So it's kind of like an anchor deal that they're playing, and then they basically force the commercial banks, the top 7 banks, and their member banks, You guys know they have the Bank of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia, Richmond, etc. They force all of these different individuals or these different entities to reduce their interest rate or raise their interest rates that they are charging to their member banks. So if you look at I used to live right next door to the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond. And so there's an area of the map that that bank is responsible for, and all commercial banks in that area are basically beholden to that bank as long as they're part of the Federal Reserve System. Now, some local regional banks are not part of that system, but they have that oversight. And so in order to control the money supply, control the supply and demand of lending in this country, Federal Reserve sets a target range. They force everyone to play along. That's how that works. Isn't that cool? Okay. The overnight lending rate. Let's get into technical analysis. I'll show you some updates on swing trades, and then we can talk about the economic situation and whether we're headed into a recession or not. Fed just indicated last week, Jerome Powell told us that likely not to see any rate cuts until maybe one rate cut this year, which is, again, very different than the expectation going in to this year of 5 to 7 rate cuts. So whenever we have a miss this big, that's when typically we'll start to see a lot of market volatility. All right. Let's take a look at these. And if you guys missed that last statement I said, just to repeat that, the expectation of the market going into this year was 5 to 7 rate cuts. When there is a disappointment, an upset of the expectations versus the reality, that's when markets get upset, throw a temper tantrum, and potentially start to crash. What they're really doing is the market is not crashing because the world is ending. They're crashing because they're trying to pressure Jerome Powell to switch their policy. And they'll do that by the largest institutions will dump stocks in order to go pick up, let's say, bonds or some other sort of safe haven asset. And that'll signal to analysts and investors that they see a recession, which makes the citizens and everybody else panic. Okay? And if everyone panics, it creates a recession, which is bad for everybody. And so this will happen in 2018. If you guys look back at any of the equities charts in 2018, Jerome Powell tries to raise the interest rates because he noticed that inflation was getting out of hand. The market punished him for it. They thought that by punishing him the first time, he wouldn't do it again. He did it again, raised rates again at the second meeting, and markets continued to crash, created this sort of panic, and Jerome Powell had to take his foot off the gas a little bit. And then COVID happened, and all that just went out the window. All the tightening that they tried to do went out the window, and they just printed a record amount of money. Just completely kicked down Jerome Powell's sandcastle that he'd been building. His whole house of cards he's been sitting there building, and just blew the whole thing down. Okay? So the Fed has a pretty big problem on their hands this year where if the markets start crashing, they will cut rates in order to calm the markets. All right, let's start with gold. Gold hit stop loss on that first trade. I'm still hopeful that we recover, but until we have a full recovery back above 23 or just 2,300, this can go either way. Kind of my only saving grace here is because I'm looking at the bearish market action where I see lower highs getting created and lower lows getting created right here. I do recognize that we are continuing to break areas of support and just forming these new lows. But here's also what I see. All right, here's the previous daily floor. I know we're on the 4-hour, but this is the daily low. And we've had this nice impulse run to the upside. And if I was just to, this is for the ChartAddicts members here who are on the Zoom. If I was to go wick to wick, which is what I would do here for gold, and we see one touch, two touch, and then liquidity grab right here. Now touch, grab. Oh, you guys know what that means. So it's looking hopeful. And we have this sort of break, retest, double bottom situation here where the body of the candles are getting higher. I'm hopeful we get that push up, especially with the DXY starting to lose some steam and starting to drop. Yeah, it hit the magnet, and the magnet was so strong, it just pulled it right through the zone. But now it's already back in. So as the dollar continues to drop, that could give Gold exactly the pressure it needs to start moving to the upside. This is probably the lowest probability trade that I'm looking at right now. This is not the highest probability trade that I have to show you guys today. USD JPY, this one very close to stop loss, but we're starting to see that recovery. I actually just re-entered, and if I can just keep this going here on the paper trader, just so I can show you guys what it's going to look like as we track it here. How many lots? Oh, that's not enough at all. Okay, and we'll just track this thing as it moves. So I can show you guys kind of the trade that I have running on my CFD account, but I can give you a visual here on TradingView since this is what we're using to analyze. Okay, let's go to NAS100. If you took this trade, congratulations. We caught many bangers. We caught this buy all the way up. We caught buys up here on this little mini range that got formed. We caught the initial buys right at the news. I believe it was the FOMC news. And then we also caught the retest back in the range. Absolutely beautiful performance last week. If you guys made money, put something in the chat. Put something in the chat. Put something in the chat. Also, thank you guys to we're up 7,000 new subscribers in the past 10 days. So thank you guys for real for all the support. Thank you everybody that shows up to the live streams and continues to support us. And thank you everybody who's been watching these videos. We're trying to put out the best content we can. We're trying to go to cool places like the New York Stock Exchange and blow the whole lid up on that thing, get them to tell us what's really going on in there. Like, turn around your laptop. Let me see what you guys are doing. I want to see the order flow. I want these guys to tell us, are you taking our money or not? Are market makers really the boogeyman? And of course, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of just gimmicky stuff, but it's also just we're trying to provide the most amount of value. Appreciate you guys for the support always. And let's keep the show rolling. Road to 100K subscribers. So if you're watching this, you're not already subscribed, help us get to that 100K mark before August 1st by hitting the subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys. Now, another two questions here. Number one, who here is part of the May masterclass, and what do you guys think so far? Because I know a lot of people always hear me talk about the masterclass and probably the same thought process. Yeah, Roy, get on to the next trade. I'm not going to buy that thing, but nice try. Or I'm not interested. I've taken courses before and I know how this goes. And there's a lot of doubt that goes on, and I understandably, because the industry's been shady for a long time. Most courses don't make people money, or they might make money for a little bit and then fall off. So I want to hear it from you guys, and I want other people in the chat to hear it from you. What do you think of the program? Do you think it's going to change your life? Do you think it's going to make you genuinely profitable in trading and really take you to the next level? Give me your thoughts in the YouTube comments here, if you guys don't mind. While those are cooking up, I'm going to show you the next trade here for NASDAQ. So let's get up to the higher time frames. And I already have all the levels, so I don't even know what I got to be doing this for. So as you guys can see, going into this week, I already had the levels that I'm watching for, so I didn't even have to do any work. All these levels were found last week. I just got to show up and make money. Isn't that absolutely nuts? But we'll erase and start from scratch here just for the sake of this stream because we're trying to be as specific as possible here, or as accurate as possible. Okay. So this is kind of like that middle line that I always talk about, that neutrality zone that I always talk about. We have resistance, or we have premium up there, discount down here. We have support. Oh, where the oh, there it is. We got support right here. It really don't get easier than that. What? Okay. Wow. I really can't make this up. VIP members, do you guys see what I'm seeing here? Beautiful 61 rejection. So as it confirms each zone, as it rejects resistance, support, resistance on the 38, as it rejects the 61 and keeps confirming these zones, then we already know where the ticking time bomb is. We already know where it's headed, where it's racing to. There's no way this mosquito just bit me on the finger. Bro, do I have to like call an exterminator or something? How do these things even find? Why is it always when I'm on the streams? My finger? Nah, bro. That's unacceptable. But they play dirt. I'm trying to get over it, bro. They play dirty. My finger? But you guys know how uncomfortable that is? It's yo, son. No, bro. Max, this is not a laughing matter. This is serious. All right. I'm out here trying to make money for the squad. I'm trying to feed the streets. Right? I'm trying to get this value out to the people. This mosquito out here is the ops, right? This mosquito works for baby pips. Oh my God. They finally got me. All the jokes coming to bite me in the finger. My finger, you son of a. Okay, all right. We're cooling. We're cooling. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. All right, first time viewer, and you are right. Most training programs are a scam. Yep, Judd. Well, let's read the comments here in a second, and I'm sure that you'll at least get a better perspective of what we got going on here. Just moved into my own place, but 100% buy the course. Just have to save up after home expenses. Look, brother, if you can't afford a course, you can't afford to trade. Make sure that you have your feet set first. That goes for every single person here. Make sure you have your feet set first before you get into trading because it'll make your life that much easier. The masterclass was fire, banger. Missed the masterclass on Saturday night. It's all good. The recording's going to be up, Denroy, and we're moving. We're doing an extra 30-minute session tomorrow, so don't miss that out. So worth it. This is an honest opinion. As long as you take away one thing, you already maximized your ROI. Psychology was what was I was missing, and just listening to Roy speak about the psychological aspect of trading, behaviors, and risk was the final straw, and finally triggering my trading past the break-even stage. Oh my God, Gabby, love to see it. He said the mosquitoes work for the NYSE. Brother, they work for fuck. I told myself I was gonna stop starting beefs. We choose peace, everybody. We're pushing P, unless they won't smoke. All right. That's a Fed mosquito. They don't want you to trade. All right, guys. Alfonso says masterclass is eye-opening. I'm doing back testing and crazy how the level fits to the ranges. Alfonso, you already know the deal. Okay, so love to see it. If anybody else has something specific that they took away from the class, or don't give them the sauce, but like you guys know what I mean. All right. Not going to go through this one in too much detail, but members, this is a continuation model. We're either going to have continuation model 1 or continuation model 2. So kind of a shallow retracement or deep retracement, just to keep it simple. We've already broken above the previous highs, signifying that buyers have created a new range. Buyers are in control. If buyers are in control, we're looking to buy. Isn't that crazy? All right, let's go down to the smaller time frames. Let me show you guys this real quick. Go ahead and get these lows and highs mapped out. High of Asia. That's ugly. Okay, so if you have a range here, I have to keep it on the 30-minute. We have yo, by the way, the tap tap go or the touch touch kind of like liquidity grab and go model that we've been learning for the VIP members. I started calling it something else in the last masterclass. We're calling it duck duck goose. All right, because I'm sick and tired of people telling me, "Oh, is it like that thing from ICT? It's called the same thing." No, I'm making up words now. All right, just to stop the confusion. Let's stop the violence. Let's stop all of the, you don't know what to do on the charts because you have 15 different concepts playing in your head, and it could be a fair value gap, but it could be a third touch on the trend line. No more. All right, so we're calling it duck duck goose. So that's what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting a duck duck goose, and then continuation. And if you don't like what I just called it, do something about it. Okay? If they can make up random words, so can we. They definitely working for baby pips. Let's be honest. AB Mike says, I literally have no words for the masterclass. You have to take it to understand its value. 1000% recommended. I love it. I'm from the UK here, just tuning in. I'm sorry, brother. Not for you being here. I'm proud of you. Congratulations, right? It's probably the best thing that's going to happen all day. No, I'm sorry that your country is going to fucking shit. Oh, so is ours. So is the US. But I'm just telling you, it could be better, right? Also, if you want to know what DuckDuckGo stands for, definitely get the masterclass. Yep. He said, feed the streets. Cameron, what are we trying to do here? I'm out here doing this as a public service. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get paid for YouTube streams. You get fucking. I don't know why people think this. People were going at this big YouTuber in our industry, and I'm not gonna even mention his name type shit. But they were telling him how he makes all of his money from YouTube and this and that. But y'all know there's no money in YouTube, right? Like, I hope everybody understands this. Oh, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. But do you guys understand how many views you got to get to be making like that is not how this works. You'll be famous as fuck before you even make a dollar. Like you'll be famous. You have millions of views a month, all this stuff. Dude, we had 200,000 views in the past 2 days or something. Ridiculous. I feel like Joe Rogan. Like people are talking to me different at the grocery store. They called me sir today. Call me sir, mister. Right? They saw me walk in. They felt I was heavier. I felt a little bit heavier. And they were just calling me sir. Okay, DuckDuckGo, whatever it is. That's exactly what I'm expecting here. The two levels that I'm watching for NASDAQ, as we'll trade them during the week, will be posted in the VIP chat for members only. So I'll have those levels posted up. I'm not going to give the trade ideas on Sundays anymore for NASDAQ specifically. You either got to tune into the streams if you really want it bad enough, or join the VIP group and get the sauce early, because I'm going to have these posted up by tonight. But VIP members already know what I'm seeing here. Continuation model. Once it gets to our entry, smaller time frame heartbeat. Like it's going to come down here, 30-minute heartbeat, dip through the zone, and big money. Every day, same system, same strategy, done change. Okay, US30 missing that buy entry was kind of painful, if I'll be honest, but it keeps running. It keeps running. That target 39,000. Pretty easy target to aim for, about 250 points away. Wait for the correction. If there's no correction, just wait for the correction. Everybody who was buying into this bullish trend here, as it was running to the upside, that just kept thinking that it was going to continue forever, gets caught up in this retracement. And so let it play out, wait for the correction, and then buy the correction. It's not rocket science. Or as my coaches used to say, this is not rocket surgery. I'd be like, Coach, what does that mean? And he'd say, 50 laps, Roy. And I'm like, oh my God, fucking rocket surgery. I'm sitting there doing laps trying to figure it out. I'm like, surgery on rockets? Is he an engineer? All right. The Bank of Japan did some emergency operations here, tried to salvage their currency. I don't know. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people that I look up to a lot tell me that this could be a shift for the Bank of Japan, and this actually could be the start of something huge. And I ain't buying any of that. I am a very, very big believer that the yen is monopoly money and only going in one direction, which is down, which means UJ and EJ and CHF JPY and basically any pair that has a JPY at the end of it will continue to go up forever. That's kind of the camp that I'm in. Not even kinda. I've been writing about this since 2019. The people I trust close to me are telling me that this could be the shift. I ain't buying it. Okay. I think the yen will continue to crash. I think I will keep buying UJ for the rest of my life. I think that Euro JPY will continue to go up. And I think GJ will continue to go up forever, or at least for the next 3 to 5 years. So we are not building pianos. Is that what your coach used to tell you? Am I a swing trader? I am when it comes to currencies. Yes, I will swing trade currencies. But I am a day trader when it comes to NAS100, which is what I mostly trade. Lord have mercy, look at this. Excuse me bringing God into this, but my God, look at this. Impulsive push up, come back, double bottom, 886, TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, TP5 at the negative 61 extension. Talk about, oh, fibs don't work. I think your brain don't work. I think your eyes don't work. Because my eyes are telling me fibs work. Okay. All right, everybody. Great to see you on the stream tonight. Happy and safe trading this week. Please don't be a dummy. And by dummy, I mean you have a plan. So all you got to do is follow the plan and don't overtrade or don't over leverage or stop trading after a certain day so you get to keep your profits. You know what you got to do. So don't be a dummy. Don't just do other stuff. Let me give you guys a quote that stuck with me. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. All right, but it's gonna be fucking hilarious. No, it has something to do with what we're talking about. It's basically you can always count on politicians to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. Okay? Don't be like them. You can always count on a trader to follow the rules after they've done everything else. You can always count on a trader to do the right thing after they've basically fucked up the account. So that's one's for your notes. Don't be that guy. Okay, do the right thing from the jump, or gal. Do the right thing from the jump and just be consistent. Trading is a take it one day at a time game. Okay, that doesn't mean look at your results one day at a time. It means take your actions one day at a time. Show up one day at a time. But look at your results on a monthly or quarterly basis. And if you're doing it the one day at a time, one trade at a time, one foot in front of the other, rinse and repeat, not rushing it, not thinking ahead like, oh, I'm going to get this payout and I'm going to get this funding. No, just one day at a time. You're going to lift your head up out of the water after a month or 2 months or 3 months and notice you're very profitable, you're making a lot of money, and it just kind of seems like magic day and night. You guys understand? You have rules, follow them. If you don't have rules, you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, click the link in the description, sign up for the masterclass, and get your life on track. All right? Hit like and subscribe. If you have not already, if you have any questions, post them up in the chat box because we're going to go over Q&A real quick. Let's go through Q&A. I agree with you trading against the JPY. Same here. Okay, Shahab, welcome. Already covered gold. You can just rewind in the recording as soon as we're done. Bank of Japan intervention is imminent, in my opinion. Historically, it's been the case, and fibs definitely. Okay, so the intervention is imminent. I don't think so. I think that this is a very predictable game that all currencies inevitably will collapse. All currencies inevitably will collapse. You cannot have a currency like the dollar devalue itself, but at 3.5% a year, and then not lose all of its purchasing power. Now, the only thing that's helping the monetary system is the modern monetary theory that everybody could fuck their currencies up as much as they want, as long as relatively to other currencies, you're not doing too much damage. Now, the only problem is that they have done a considerable amount of damage to their currency already, and they have to step up, but they can't. They're sacrificing their currency by overprinting it in order to save their bond market because no one's buying their bonds. And so in order to fund their government and to fund their debt, they have to print money in order to buy back their own bonds. Okay? And so they have to choose one or the other. If they start kind of salvaging their currency, raising interest rates, they're going to crush their bond market and their government will collapse. They are in the impossible situation. And that's why I believe the yen will collapse first, and then the euro, and then all other currencies will follow one by one. Is it a long, drawn-out 50-year process? Sure. Will the modern monetary theorists who are graduating from the major universities today take over monetary policy in the future and fuck all our lives up and just keep this fucking charade going? Probably. So is there anything to panic about? No. Should we all start buying gold and building a bunker? No. Right? Shahab, if you ask me about gold one more time, I'm going to kick you off the stream. All right? Act like a grown-up or make the joke funny. You got one or the other. If you guys want to roast me, go for it. Make it funny. If you guys want to make a joke, make it funny. If you guys want to be childish, make it funny. If you're just whining and begging in the chat, that's not cool or fun or that's just whack. Grow up. Remember what I told you guys at the beginning? I'm not a motivational speaker. Yeah, this is it's on you, right? This is a you game. All right. Who wants to fuck around and trade on the 5 minute during Australia on a Sunday? Anybody? Anybody? Any of you psychos in here? Anybody? 17,824. Little quick 5 minute range for the boys for the win. A quick 3 to 1. Yeah, why is this actually starting to sound like a good idea? All right. Let me say 20 o'clock. That'll put us at about 8 p.m. Beautiful. And then from 8 till about 10. But that'll be a 2 hour trade. Even if it takes a little bit longer, that'll be 4 hours. So by midnight, I'd be done. Huh. Max, not gonna lie to you, buddy. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you. That little switcheroo right there might be a fucking easy one for the picking. This is the problem with being so technically good and so gifted and smart and handsome and young and successful. It's that you just see opportunity everywhere, right? And humble. And you just see opportunity everywhere. And sometimes you gotta take a step back, say, Roy, right? It's like a superpower. Just because you can burn a hole through the door doesn't mean you should. And that's how I feel looking at this trade right now, because I very well could wait for that spike up, which is coming, wait for this move down, and then just trade this thing, get a quick 3 to 1 R&R, put $1,000 on the line, make $3,000 in 4 hours on a Sunday? I don't know. I don't know. Sandman said, AB Mike, I'm definitely going to take it. I like that. Roy, did you go to college? What do you think? If you guys had to take a guess, based on my degeneracy, based on my vulgar language, based on some of the jokes I make, based on my genius and my technical aptitude in trading, what do you think? He says, beautiful UJ. Trader Central official. We're going to be tracking UJ for the next month. And I promise you that trade is going to be a banger. But we'll have to see because the DXY is going through a retracement right now. It's having a tough time, right? You guys know on Facebook, you change your relationship status to going through it or whatever the fuck it is. Just going through it, which by the way is wild that they even had that as an option. That you could just let everybody know, like taking a break, like going through it. Hit me up. All the joints I used to talk to, like that's crazy. But that's exactly what UJ's or the DXY is doing right now. It's on a little bit of a break. The DXY said it's not you, it's me. Is that Japan did QE way before the US did? Sounds like the Fed too, in a way. Carry trade is unwinding on those trades, added fuel to the fire into the JPY situation. I love that. El Hadi, is that your name? Bro, good stuff. Okay? Proud of you. But also, the only thing I would tell you is the US is a very different situation because being the world's reserve currency gives you different rules that you can play by, right? So we can keep printing as much as we want. And the dangers of printing, I talked about this on one of the Saturday streams, is that we're forcing the rest of the world to have to keep up and do the same thing so they can all grow relative to us. If we start printing a lot and they don't do anything, it makes their currencies overvalued compared to the dollar. And so now no one wants to buy stuff from their country because why would I spend twice as many dollars to go buy things from Europe or from France or from the UK or any of these places? And so a currency that's too strong compared to the dollar means that your exports take a hit. A currency that's too weak compared to the dollar means your imports take a hit because now you're paying more euros to buy stuff from overseas and it costs you more. So we have to force the rest of the world to do the same thing that we're doing. Only difference is that we're the world's reserve currency, so we can do this longer than everyone else, and we can force everyone to basically kill their currencies before the US goes down. That is the whole basis of the dollar milkshake theory with Brent Johnson's dollar milkshake theory. If you guys want to know more about it, I did a whole podcast with Brent, dollar milkshake theory, Brent Johnson, and Chart Addicts. Bro, for real? Bro, is this thing getting shadow banned? I just typed in the whole fucking thing. Dollar milkshake theory, chart addicts. What the fuck? Because I'm seeing the shorts here. You guys can see the short clips, but I feel like YouTube is hiding this for some reason. Right? Jonathan. Okay, there it is. This was around a year ago. We talked about the entire dollar milkshake theory from start to finish. This is like a year and a half ago. This is in 2022. Um, Go ahead and check this out. He explains why the dollar will continue to go up over time. This has been my theory for a long time after reading his papers. And yeah, dollar to the moon. For all the people have two theories, the doomsdayers, that the dollar will either end in like by freezing to death or by burning to, or sorry, freezing to death or by burning to death. Okay, so it's either going to get too overvalued compared to everything else, and that's how the game ends, or it loses all of its value compared to everything else, and that's how the game ends. I'm in the camp that the dollar is going to crush everything in its path, okay? No matter how much we print and how much purchasing power the dollar keeps losing, because it's useless. Like the cash is trash. It will outpace all the other currencies, and the DXY will continue to go up. Okay? Dollar demand will always outpace dollar supply because all the debt in the world is denominated in dollars. So they'll always owe back the money in dollars. And if they print more dollars, then it's just going to take more dollars to pay back your debts. The game is relative. Definitely do it. Roy's style fits my personality and trading style fits perfectly. The masterclass is just what you need if this style reflects with you too, brother. I mean, I'm not really this crazy on the don't make it seem like I act the same way on the masterclass. I'm a little bit more professional. Okay? Just a little bit. Why gold is hard to trade? Because most traders don't know what they're doing, my dear. Most traders do not know what the hell they're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, the markets will take advantage of you very, very dangerously or very maliciously or very disrespectfully. Because if there's a naive person and I'm the markets and the way that I'm setting up the game, okay, they're not going for people's stop losses. When I say the market and market makers and shit, they're not sitting there behind the screen looking at people's stop losses, driving price to your stop loss. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. When they constructed this game, their algorithm that takes in all these different orders and batches them together and sort of inputs into the price, they did so in a way that would trap liquidity because you need to have as many people on both sides of the trade. And so it'll entice sellers and buyers and all this stuff. This is all based on human nature. Why do people sell, at support? Because the market's been dropping for 2, 3, 4 candles, and they just now have the they now have the confirmation from the market that the market is going down, and they enter, as opposed to looking at structure and seeing that they're at support or whatever it is. Okay. Shahab says, my bro, tell me sell or buy on gold. Sell. Fucking sure. Buy. Both, actually. Enter both. Make sure you go full margin too. Is it from Iran? Oh Lord. From Iran. Oh my God. Now I know you guys can't really trade out there. So first off, be careful. And I wouldn't be out here in the comment section either, my boy. I'd be sitting low key, right? Same with my Indians out there, right? Don't be out here announcing, say, oh, shout out to India. No, no, no. Just get your bag, right? You got on the platform, get your bag. Don't be out here, saying all that. And if you're a new trader, brother, just learn. Don't trade. Just learn. Study the markets. Take a guess right now, buy or sell. Tell yourself what price you want to enter, what price you would exit, and let the trade play out and see if you're right or wrong. And do that over and over again until you're comfortable, and you'll have what it takes to be successful. Energy trade balance also plays a huge part of it, as well as adding to your mention about trade balances, of course. Masterclass review, sold gold for 70 pips, just closed the trade, 886. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Averaging into a trade is my new favorite takeaway from the masterclass. Tim, good stuff. Good stuff. Gave us a specific one there too. Appreciate you sharing some insight on what it is. Shahab, I really hope you didn't take anything I said about buying or selling seriously. Because I swear to God, if you took that serious, whatever money you're about to lose, you probably deserve to. And I'm not trying to say that disrespectfully. I'm just trying to say that as honestly as possible. My job is not to be your friend, yo. Just as a reminder, my job is to tell you the truth as often as I can. And if I just see a personality type that is a lot of new traders, and I had this too, it's follow the follower. Because everyone wants to follow the leader. The problem in markets is you don't know who the leader is. Ever. They just trust the smartest guy in the room. Oh, this guy wins a lot. He must be right. Just because the dude made 100 grand yesterday doesn't mean he fucking knows dick about where the market's going on this trade. Your guess is as good as theirs. Now, if they're experienced and they're successful and they've had experienced success, then yes, maybe their guess is better than yours. But everyone wants to follow the leader when they have a lack of confidence. That's why when you study and you practice, you build your own confidence. You don't have to be a follower. You don't have to just believe whatever you're being told. You can be a student. Be a student, not a follower. That goes for everybody. Also, this mosquito just got me on the inside of my forearm. Bro, first the finger, then the inside of the forearm? God, I'm convinced. I'm convinced Baby Pip sent them. Fucking Apex Trader is sending theirs because I'm out here taking their monies. Now they want to send their mosquitoes? It's only been 1 week. Wait till you see what I do to you in a month. Brother, the Apex mosquitoes is crazy. Not the top step mosquito. That's nuts. All right, y'all. That's what I got. Happy safe trading this week. Crush it. I'm going to see you guys on the live streams. Support by hitting the link in the descriptions or by clicking like and subscribe, giving away a few tickets, and of course, an 88.6 t-shirt. First off the press, we'll be giving away a free 88.6 t-shirt. So stick around tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, right at the New York Market Open. We'll see you guys there. If you guys just want to stick around and just like shoot the shit, I'm making a public announcement right now. Everything from here on out, I will be completely just shooting the shit, talking about whatever. So if you're here for markets, hasta la vista. If you guys want to talk about maybe the UFC fights, or you want to talk about, politics or whatever the fuck is going on, let's have some fun here. Who wants to talk about the Kendrick and Drake beef? Buddy, I was never a Kendrick fan in my life. I'm a Kendrick fan now. Viral Authority said, I'm getting funded this week and I believe in you. Stay consistent. Shahab said, I got into a sell on gold. Lord have mercy. I really hope you're trolling me, brother. I know the masterclass is fire. I've been peeking in Roy's live streams and I learned something every time. Sandman, appreciate that, fellows, for real. You guys are both real ones. AB Mike, I appreciate you asking all those incredible questions during the masterclass. And AB Mike was asking some questions at some point. He was like, yo, my bad, I keep asking questions. Josh McGinnis, if you see this later, basically what you were doing. And basically, like that's what we're looking for. You don't want to be in a class where you can't ask questions, especially not the hard questions. Like, yeah, but what about when it does that? Like over there, it didn't even do that. If you're not asking those hard questions, you're not really going to get the biggest thing away from the class. So appreciate everybody who showed up, who's asking great questions. We are doing that bonus 30-minute session tomorrow for the masterclass. If that's you, I'll see you there. Okay. And if you have not gotten into any of the master classes, we will be doing a 2-week sort of early bird situation for the late June masterclass, or I think it's going to be in July. And so if you're early, you don't mind sort of getting it a month early or a month and a half early, then you will get rewarded for that. And for everyone else, hasta la vista. Okay. Roy kicked me from Chart Addicts because I started my own market overview. Why did all your good coaches leave? Where is Jordan, Stefano, Mario, and Dak? Well, I mean, look, I'm not going to talk about those people because they're not the ones talking. But if you want me to talk about you, I will more than happily open that can of worms. Because I've seen you talking a good amount of shit. Do you want me to tell the people your story? Let's see, I'm above that. Because even though you deserve it, and even though there's a lot of material there, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to save you that because I have enough, what I would say, maturity to not do that to you publicly in front of everybody. Okay? But if you want to talk to me about those folks, well, They stole money from members. They lied, stole our members in the process of us making a big change in our company, and basically went and started. Now, where are they now? Is the real question. Because last I checked, largest conference in the world for traders, the largest name, TradingView, MetaQuotes, FTMO, Forex.com, Oanda, all partners of ours. I mean, it seems like we're doing all right. Where the fuck are they? We hosted the largest conference in the world in their backyard. Well, what happened to them? So that's all I'm going to say about that. You got kicked out because you started a live trading stream at the exact same time, trading our strategy using our logo damn near and taking our info and trying to pass it on to other people without having any real success yourself. And so that's what I would say. Also, rest my balls on your forehead. Oh, that's all I got. All right, guys, I'm off to bed. Good night. It's almost 2 a.m. Good stuff. Yeah. And the next time you want to come on the stream talking shit, I'll really open the can of worms. So don't get your boys in trouble running your mouth like that because it's deeper than you think. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Peace. Okay. I don't know why he made me get out of